Jared, and welcome to the Junk Food Vegan Show. My aspect of cooking has been kind of crazy over this past 20 years. I've struggled to find some of the best flavors I possibly can, from the east end of the world to right here in America. But the problem is, how do I live a better life? How do I live sustainable, but still eat some of the same things that I did when I wasn't looking for vegan options? This world has become crazy now with so many different options for us vegans now. A plant-based lifestyle is something that actually can be achieved nowadays. So here I am to try to make things just a little bit easier for you, because I understand the aspect of you wanting to try new things and eat things that have been created in this world, but without all the killing of the animals or watching the animals suffer, or just because the simple fact is you understand these are things that should not be in your body in the first place. So I'm Chef Jared. I would like to take you on this crazy journey of all the research that I have done for the past 3 years now in order for you to understand how easy, how cost effective, and how much better of a life you can actually live with eating a plant-based, sustainable lifestyle. Come with me on this journey, and I promise you, you will not be sorry. Thanks for joining. I am the Junk Food Vegan.
If you're anything like me, you love to start out your day with a hot cup of coffee. But if you're tired of the old Dale Cooper Black as Thunder version, here is an option you can try at your very own home. I currently use a French press to do my coffee since I'm only making 1 cup. I also bought a Starbucks regular over-the-counter blend that is ground. I then use a coconut whipped cream that sprays right out of the can, and a sugar-free Chorani hazelnut syrup, and I'll show you how to incorporate them. All in all, it's probably 2 heaping tablespoons of the ground coffee mixture, and make sure your water is boiling hot. A lot of times I actually take a cup and make sure there's enough water to be filled into the vessel to make sure I have a perfect blend of coffee. Obviously, up to your discretion how much whipped cream you want for the sweetness or boldness you are looking for. I would say that's a half of a teaspoon of the hazelnut Chorani syrup. Fill to the brim, and make sure you stir it good.
And for the taste, delicious. Breakfast is in fact the most important meal of the day, but a lot of us vegans struggle with trying to find something that's sustainable, good for us, and without a lot of sugar. Most everybody turns to eggs, but for me, every single morning I eat oatmeal. Let me show you how I do it. It's a savory way, no sugar, absolutely at all. Here's what you're gonna need. Oatmeal, any kind, steel cut, whatever you're into. Start off with a vegan butter. This is the best one I've seen so far. Country Crock olive oil. Daiya. Any kind of cheese you like made by Daiya. It's all absolutely vegan, 100%. Avocado. And hemp seeds. I do go a bit free-handed when I make it, but the water aspect is really important. You want to make sure you have plenty of water in there. You want these to fully get cooked. So you want to make sure there's a good ratio of it being more watery, because it'll soak all that up. I tend to turn my burner on rather high. It's almost on high. I'd say it's on medium high. Make sure you're constantly stirring it. You'll see it already starting to thicken up. Make sure you have your 2 products ready to go inside there to melt for pure perfection.
You're going to see the accumulation of the bubbles forming around the edge there. That's basically when you know that it's starting to be the process of you going ahead and adding your vegan butter. About a tablespoon here. Add the cheese blend up to your discretion for how much you want blended in. Make sure you're constantly stirring. You do not want anything to burn, and you want a velvety-like texture to it. You do not want it to become too thick. You want it very creamy and luscious. I know most people will tell you that this vegan cheese does not melt very good, but it does actually with a lot of high heat. So just be patient and make sure that you do not get it too thick, because once it starts to cool, it will then tense up. So you want to make sure that it's nice and liquid. Once you can see that there is no actual discernible yellow and it looks delicious and creamy, you can either add more water, or if you actually want it more dense, by all means, keep cooking. Not me, so I add just a touch of water because I want to make sure it's the perfect consistency. Here I'm basically going to show you how to prep the avocado for the top. I sliced off just a little bit of piece, and then each time I make a incision inside of the grooves of the avocado. I then turn it over and basically do the same thing to make a box pattern. Squeeze out just a little bit. Then I'm going to take the knife around the edges just to get it out and make sure it's in somewhat of a nice pair of pieces. I'm going to set it on the cutting board right here just until we go ahead and place it on top. Now, as I said earlier, this is a savory version, so obviously instead of sugar or corn syrup, we're going to be adding salt, and I'm going to be using fine Himalayan salt. Obviously, again, this is up to your discretion how much salt you want in there. Yes, that is just paint on my hand from a previous project. But I basically am going to use a teaspoon here, very finely put inside there. Obviously, go ahead and taste it and feel what you want to do. You don't want any salt in there? Hey, this is your breakfast. Make the best of it. I then add a liberal amount of the hemp seeds right on top of there. A lot of the places you can find this would be in the grain section. Pretty easy to find. I then go ahead and add the avocados just on top of there, but you don't really want to swim around there because it's going to get too hot. So you're going to kind of want to take each bite liberally with the avocado. Gives it that nice cool down effect.
Now see what we did there? We got you out of your comfort zone. A lot of people, when they make oatmeal, tend to go for the sweet route. Let's say cinnamon or nutmeg. Technically, you can do that with the coconut whipped cream that we showed you earlier. Will give it that rich but vegan flavor to it. But basically, if you're me and you don't want to wake up with a bowl of sugar in your mouth, this is a nice alternative. You're getting the heart-healthy aspect of good fats from your hemp seeds. You're getting the good fat from the avocados. Oatmeal is good for your cholesterol. The butter is there for a rich, awesome taste. Just can't beat it. See you next time. You're getting the heart-healthy. You're getting the heart-healthy. You're getting the good fat from the You're getting the good. It's one of the best meals you can have to start off your breakfast. Just if you're like me and don't necessarily want to wake up with a bowl of salt, basically use that same almond. I'm sorry. Now see what we did there? This is the Junk Food Vegan. That was a little too safe. We're gonna head right into one of my favorite foods and probably your favorite foods. Yes, nachos, vegan style. Not just any nachos though, my chicken nachos with an avocado hummus. Absolutely fine dine, you're gonna love it. I'm hungry, hope you're hungry. Let's get prepping.
So here are the list of ingredients you're going to need. This is a product by Gardine. It is called chicken cutlets. They're super awesome, breaded, faux chicken stuff, but they do have soy in them and they do contain wheat, so no celiac, stay away. Here is the same vegan butter, olive oil style. This is almond milk, but later on you will see that I did have cashew milk, and I do prefer cashew milk to make this. It's just a little bit more creamy for that texture. This is one of my favorite products made by Hellmann's. It is a vegan mayo to create creamy it out. This is a Hui Feng product. This is a chili sauce. It's made by the same people that do sriracha. Just find it in a different section of the store. This is polenta. I'll show you guys a picture of what it actually looks like at the store. This is hardened and very firm polenta. You can make it yourself. Also, our trusty vegan Daya cheese. Here I have some fresh Brussels sprouts that I will cut and show you how to get ready to saute. A lime, in which I never incorporate, but whatever. You should squeeze some lime on. I just forgot and got in the heat of things. Of course, your garden variety, better made yellow corn tortilla chips. Those are in fact gluten-free. This is a concoction that is basically an avocado hummus. We'll go through that a little bit later and tell you everything that's in there, but it's super awesome. It's just kind of a quick starter for a lot of the things that I do.
Basically, the first thing we want to do is get our mise en place done, which is basically a French word for getting all your prepared items ready to go. So here we have our regular polenta, which we discussed earlier. I'm going to take our serrated knife. And we're basically going to make chunks out of it. Going to be taking those then, cutting them into strips. Make sure you line them up. Good. So here are our Brussels sprouts. We're basically going to cut them to show you how we're going to saute them in the pan. But remember, this is nachos. You're going to kind of want to use these as a lettuce, but it's going to be a crispier, awesomer version. Now, for anybody who's actually been looking for this vegan lifestyle that isn't normally into it, the biggest thing is you want it to look like stuff that you're normally used to. So this is exactly what these little chicken cutlets look like. A little bit of breading, really nice texture to them. So we're going to go ahead and cut these up and get them ready to go. Now it is frozen, so you want to thaw these out for a little bit and then cut them. We're also going to be using canned black beans, canned corn. So I'm a super saucy guy. I like to have a lot of stuff in my stuff. So we're going to basically show you how to make a sauce that'll go on top of it. So again, this is our avocado hummus. Basically, it's chickpeas blended in with cilantro, lime, a little bit of tahini, lemon instead of lime, I'm sorry, and just blend it all together with some avocado in there. Super good, super awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and take a liberal scoop of that right there. Going to be taking our vegan mayonnaise and a little bit of the, I like it a little hot. It's up to you if you don't want any hot in yours. Blend that all together real nice. Make sure you get a chip taste. Another medium-high heat pan. Wait till the pan gets hot enough, and then we're going to add our oil. So we're going to wait till the pan's basically hot. How do we do that? Add something. Is it sizzling? Not really. There she blows. So we're getting a nice sizzle. Okay. I'm going to remove that. Adding our polenta first. To incorporate it.
Now this has a lot of elements of sticking, so you want to make sure that you have enough oil on there so it doesn't bind up and all clump together. You can see that it's getting a little translucent there. So I'm going to add the chicken. And remember, I'm making this for one person, so you do what you want. I like to fry my beans. But you don't want to get a lot of that liquid over here into the chicken and the polenta. So let that cook down in the corner over there. There's my corn. Drained out most of the water out of the corn already. Once you see that the beans pretty much have dried off, you can basically incorporate everything together. Okay, we're going to go ahead and set this in the back burner over there on a kind of a low because we got to make the cheese sauce. So you see the pan's on pretty low. I'm going to stick that on there. I forgot I actually had cashew milk. I do prefer cashew milk if you're going to be making any sort of cream-based substance. So I'm going to add just enough to fill the bottom of that pan up. And again, this is for just me. Take your cheese. Whatever you add. Stir that around. Again, trusty butter. My buddy, my best friend. They're gonna end up calling me the Paula Deen of vegan. So basically you're just cooking this down. The liquid is going to begin to congeal and give us a nice cheese cloth. Turn it up a little bit. Just so you can see we actually have to cook both at the same time. So go ahead and make sure this isn't sticking on you. You can go ahead and add the Brussels sprouts in now. Oops, getting a little crazy with the cheese sauce, but just whisking and whisking and whisking. Whisk away to a better land. As you can see, it's still trying to get there. At this point, our cheese sauce is starting to boil and get dense. Come over. And just to make things really simple, I use this what's called total seasoning. I'll liberally add to the mixture there. And you're not looking for this to boil. You got to be careful. You're just trying to thicken it up. And as we talked about in the last episode, it takes a little bit for this cheese sauce to congeal, but it will.
So shockingly enough, I screwed up some of the footage and I was going to show you basically that I turned it off a little bit before that it should be done because it will then cook in the pan while I assemble all the ingredients. I had filmed a whole segment of me putting this together, but simply I laid chips down, I put the cheese over it, which you could see how oozy and goozy it actually was, so I apologize for that. But then put the mixture from the saute pan on, then the sauce, and then some hemp seeds. Very simple. Here's some footage of me eating it though. I mean, you can't blame me. I was starving and this thing was just looking so good and I just wanted to eat it because I'm eating this food, so sorry.
And that was it for another awesome episode. I'm starving, so I'm gonna eat up. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can find us on all the links that you're about to see below, or whatever. Peace. You guys are missing out. Food dance. Chicken food natural. I mean, it's good food. I don't know what you're missing. I promise. I'm eating it. My kitties won't eat it, but I mean, gooey gooey. Totally has that drive-through gas station kind of texture to it. Reminds me of my childhood. Reminds me of sneaking out and getting drunk at 2 a.m. No idea. It would suck if I did that and it like slid down on the floor. I'll test one yet.